I'm HP and today I'm going to talk about the alternative rock ballad, something like that. So what's that? I have no clue. Let's listen to it. Yeah, and stuff like that. So let's check out what's going on here. I really think it makes sense to check out the rhythm guitar because it really has a cool vibe and it's more or less good for the analytics of the track, which is needed to get to fill the space with whatever. So, rhythm guitar is something like this. It's a A sus9 to a C sus9 to D sus9. Pretty easy chords. A relaxed picking pattern. Something like this. This gets repeated 4 times, and then I like this part here. This is basically an F, but it's an F. Oh my goodness! sus9 sharp 11. Then move it up 2 frets. This is a G 2 to an A minor 9. A minor 7 9. Really nice. Yeah, so let's play to the track and you see how it works. Really cool and relaxed. 3, 4. Good, so this was the rhythm guitar. Now let's go to the lead guitar. Since it's a very spacey track, it really makes sense to play spacey and to really sound interesting. We don't need to play many notes, but we have to hit the target right on the spot and know what we're doing. And therefore it's very needed that you know the chords which are going on. So we are starting, and you really follow the chords. We're starting with the A minor or a sus. So a really good note to start is the fifth. Because why is the fifth greater start? A lot of people tend to start on the root note, And that's the probably one of the reasons why it sounds boring, because everybody's doing that. And starting on the fifth creates more tension and more openness. So you can start it on the fifth, then we skip when it goes to the C, and then add D5 as a chord, power chord. So 2, 3, 4, C, D. See, in this way, even we only played like 2 notes, it was pretty complicated to follow everything what was going on in the first part. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be the main theme. Really the important thing is when you follow the chords, you don't need to play many notes, but you need to follow the tune inside your, I don't know, inside your head, or just follow it. So once you have this little motif, then you can play around the motif, something like this. And then, I don't know, continue with a little, I don't know, the normal A minor pentatonic lick here, like. Stuff like that really works great. So. See how I really followed the chords with the very easy things, and then when you add your normal pentatonic licks in between, which you know, then suddenly they sound interesting and not boring anymore, because the main thing when you always play your pentatonic stuff, it sounds totally boring and all the same, and this way you really break it out. Now coming to the second part, we're also following the chord. We have the F, the G, and then the A minor. Remember? Now we're adding it in an upper position like here. F, this is a chord. You can play it as a lead ring chord. To G, to A minor. And then somehow add some stuff in between. Or play out of the chord, this was the A minor, and continue from here and go in a higher position. This way you play out of the chord. Stuff sounds really great. So, we're gonna add it. See how this totally opened up, and it was not really too hard to play, just play it. Of course, but the last part I played something different. I just played out of the chord. I played a long meter arpeggio. So this is A minor. A minor arpeggio as a long meter arpeggio. And And this way, that stuff is technically not too hard to play, but when you really follow that stuff and do it in a sophisticated way, it's just great. And then you really can let the music breathe. That's the trick. You don't need to play so many notes all the time, because if you really hit the notes on target, what you're doing, that's pretty much enough. And then when you add some of your normal chops, like which you all know by now, I think. And then the stuff suddenly starts to sound great. And before it was just, oh my goodness, I played that thing like 100,000 times. I cannot hear this shit anymore. So, oh, that was a bad word. Oh, I can hear this wonderful note anymore. And that's the main trick. I missed the second part a little bit. Sorry for that, but yeah, I'm also not perfect. So, the other thing which also works very well on like open tunes like this, where you have a lot of space, is do all kind of articulation stuff on the bendings, like stuff like this, or reverse bendings, or all stuff like this, or of course harmonics. They really work great, or rakes, of course. And when you put all this kind of thing in one pot and melt it, then out comes a really great alternative thing here. Very relaxed, very spacey, and then we have it. I just play this kind of bendings. Yeah, that was more or less a few ideas. As usual, I don't really show licks, because for me licks don't make any sense. I mean, you need to know a few licks, of course, but to really have a great expression, you need to dig for the emotional impact of the music which you hear. Try to create this open space, this relaxedness, I mean, how can you explain, like, I can play something like this. When you don't know where to put it exact in the right spot, and it comes fluently out of you exactly at the right moment. And the main thing is just get into the mood of the track and just enjoy it, and just let music speak through you and your guitar. And that's what's always about. I'm talking about this year for year. Some people start to believe me, some still not. try to play licks, but that's the main thing here which you're talking about. And then just let it breathe. Yeah, stuff like that. I hope you enjoyed my little tutorial here, some ideas. I just created originally today. The track is brand new. It's not released on any CD. Don't steal it. I guess some of you guys like, oh my goodness. Yeah, so that was it. Enjoy it and see ya.